Cool guys, we are live, ready to go, man. Um, what a week! What a week! What a week! What a week! Today, man, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do a Sunday analysis call. And basically, what it is, man, is basically I'm gonna go into depth about what I see as far as the market, what to expect for the upcoming trading week. Go through some pairs and stuff like that. Right now, I'm actually in some gold sales, but I'm probably going to close that out. Let's go ahead and get that out the way. But man, man. I typically come on here, maybe a Sunday, 2 Sundays out the month, and do a market overview of what to expect for the upcoming trading week. So I'm not gonna do too much teaching, but I'm gonna do an extensive analysis on what to expect, right? So what y'all have the luxury of doing, man, y'all can literally send me any pair that y'all want me to look at. I'm gonna just give you a real honestly analysis on what I think is gonna happen, right? And this is not something where it's like I'm not 100% correct, right? But I'm typically about 70, 80% accurate, right? Which is great for y'all, man, because y'all can literally see my thought process and why I do what I do and what I'm looking at. If you follow everything I tell you T to T, I guarantee you, more times than losing, you're going to make money, right? It's really that simple. I'm that confident as far as what I got going on. I'm not perfect, obviously, but I know what I'm looking at and I have an idea, right? So I'm gonna go through some extensive. So what y'all can do in the chat right now, any pairs that y'all want me to look at, go ahead and drop in the chat, man. Guys, we just came off one of the most amazing weeks, especially for me. For those who don't know, guys, I caught my dream car this year. I caught my dream car this week, which was a very surreal moment for me, right? Because for everybody that has been following me from 6, 7 years ago when I first started, you've seen the up and downs. You've seen me lose my life savings. You've seen the discipline, the dedication I've kind of put into this craft. All the losses I take, the hardest days, the 5-figure losses. Like, you've seen the journey up until this point, right? I know I'm getting a lot of followers now, people that are just kind of meeting me now. But for the people that have been following me, man, it's just a testimony of what God can do, man, when you stay consistent and you just stick with it, right? It's not perfect. It's not always going to be, dandelions. Is not going to be a walk in the park. But if you stay consistent during, times where adversity is thrown at you, man, I promise you there's going to be light in the tunnel. Let my journey just be a testimony for anybody out there, man. You could do this too, right? I'm not anybody different. My parents came from Nigeria. I moved to Houston, Texas, right? I went and played college football in New Mexico State. Didn't make it to the NFL, right? Started working as an accountant. Didn't like that. I was only making like $30,000 a year. Then I told myself, man, there's something more out there for me. I wish there was. And luckily I came across day trading. One of my teammates on my last practice was trading, and I seen it for what it was. And I told myself, this is it. This is the future. I know this is going to future. I know what this skill set could do. I dedicated my last 7 years, guys. There hasn't been a day that I haven't looked at a chart in the last 7 years. I've dedicated my last 7 years to this, man. And it's been amazing, right? A lot of down days, right? But I've learned, I've grown, I've developed, I became a better person. I had to humble myself, right? A lot of the wins, a lot of losses. I've seen step by step what it's took me to get to this point. And I'm not perfect, obviously, right? But I hope my story is just a testimony that you could do this too, right? I'm just a normal guy that applies this day to day. Look, guys, I'm Sunday. I'm on call with you guys at 9:40, right? I could be partying, couldn't do anything like this. I'm literally back to the grind doing the exact same thing that we're all here for, right? We're all here trying to make some money. I want to make some money too, shit, right? So just let my journey just be a testimony that it's possible you could do it. I'm gonna drop some resources for you guys, man. Um, okay, cool. So I'm getting some pairs and stuff like that. Guys, if you haven't watched my YouTube page, man, I've been dropping heavily on YouTube. I'm gonna drop some links for you guys as far as my community, as far as what I do on a day to day, just so you guys have it. We just hit 33,000 followers on Instagram, man, which is crazy. Because I remember a year and a half ago, I was only like 5, 6,000. So we're really going in the right place, man. And I think it's just all glory to God. I always like to give praise to God because I know everything I have comes from Him. But again, guys, right there, as you can see, I dropped some links. I got my Discord community, got my Telegram chats. I just have a couple links for you guys as far as some resources that y'all can follow, right? As far as the broker that I'm using for trading, the only broker I'm using is Genesis. Drop the link for that one as well too. We're going to talk about a lot more things as well. But yo, guys, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube page, man. We've been dropping a lot of content. I dropped my whole process from everything that has transpired from today, man. So, from me actually purchasing the Lambo, the manifestation behind it, the trades that I took, right? My biggest month this year that I had, I think it was like 70,000 trading. I literally talked step by step from everything, right? I showed y'all me taking a account from $300 to $270,000 with all, guys, I trade prop firms, I trade live accounts, I manage other people's capital, like high ticket, like higher clientele and stuff like that. But I just showed y'all from step by step everything that it's took from me to get where I'm at now, moving into where, from the start to the finish, right? So guys, make sure to follow the journey. I'm gonna go ahead and drop that YouTube page on here for you guys as well too. Wow, that right there, man. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, man. We just hit 1,000 subscribers, which I'm so happy about, man, because that's crazy. Like, damn, I'm really at 1,000 subscribers. I remember literally like last month I was only at 500. So I'm thankful for every little joke and growth in the journey, man. But for anybody that's new to the call, man, again, go ahead, drop the pairs that you want me to look at. I'm gonna just do an analysis on what it's take. I'm gonna go through some depth. I'm gonna talk about, some market structure, price action, what I'm seeing exactly to the T. Any questions y'all got for me, go ahead, drop that in the chat. I'm not gatekeeping nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just giving y'all what I got. And then we kind of go from that point. Cool, sweet. So I got a couple pairs. And guys, I trade options. And guys, I trade options. I trade options. I trade forex. I trade crypto. It's all the same shit, right? Anybody tells you different, ask them if they can show you some results. We are in some Ethereum buys as we speak right now. This thing is blue. Guys, Ethereum is going to be shooting all the way up, right? If you do want to get in this trade, we got into this trade right here at 309. But if you do want to get in with us, because it's going to keep buying, and I'm probably 90% sure on that. I don't see this thing selling. Yeah, Ethereum's going to just keep buying, man. It's just going to keep buying. Bitcoin just hit 80,000. Crazy. Bitcoin just hit 80,000. This thing is about to go hit 100. If you still want to get into this trade with us, that's cool. It's going to keep buying. I'm like 95% sure that. It's not going to go below this level, which is 320. It's not going below that. It's going to keep buying though. I'm like 90% sure. If not 100% sure. But, I never want to say 100 because anything can happen. I think Bitcoin tomorrow, y'all heard it first. Bitcoin tomorrow is going to be at 85,000. Ethereum tomorrow is going to be at 2,600, 2,700. I'm that confident. I really believe that. Ethereum price 2,600. But cool, let's go through all the analysis aspects. Any questions y'all got for me, go ahead and drop that. I'm going to go through each pair. I'm going to tell you exactly what I think is going to happen, right? Again, guys, I trade stocks. I trade, forex, futures. It's all the same shit. I always tell people, my students, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to be so tied to, remember, me personally, I'm a day trader, right? I don't like to be tied to just forex. I don't want my analysis and price action strategy to only be applied during just forex. I want to be a day trader. So all charts are the same. right? It doesn't matter if I'm looking at the NQ. It don't matter if I'm looking at NAS. It's all the same price action, right? I want to be able to, my strategy, I want it to be applied to where if I go into options, I go into forex, I go into futures, I can still do the exact same thing. The only difference between those are just going to be the terminology, right? So let's say that like, futures, the unit of measurement is always going to be ticks compared to forex is in pips, and options is going to be points. You see what I'm saying? So it's all the same concept. It's just a little bit different terminology. That's all it is. Excuse me, I'm thirsty. Um, cool. So we got first pairs that we're looking at. And guys, this is not one of those analysis where I'm just going to tell you what I think is going to happen. Like I'm going to give you like real actual levels on what I would do in the scenario, so that way you can make money. And keep in mind, every trade that I tell you right now that looks good, if I really like it, I'll even call it myself, and then I'll get in. I'll show y'all that I'm in with y'all. Like I'm not one of those dudes that be doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm very like straightforward. If I truly believe something's gonna like keep going or do what I think it's gonna do, I'm gonna put my money behind that. In this situation, looking at GBP/USD, right? GBP/USD is in a buy. I think GBP/USD is going to continue buying, but the only thing about it right now is ranging. So if we go right here in this scenario, let's remove that alert. It's pissing me off. All right, cool. So if we go right here in the scenario right here from an overall concept, as you can see, GBP/USD is going to buy, right? You got price kind of doing this little triple top action. Got 1, 2, 3, right? Price is ranging. So typically price is ranging. It's going to get a continuation to the upside. So now I already know I'm looking for buys in the scenario based off of the kind of price action we're getting right here. It's ranging, right? It's ranging. So now in this scenario, I want to just focus on, we're trapping price in the scenario. Trapping price in the scenario. That's a resistance. That's a support. Cool. So now the name of the game, what we're looking for, we're looking for price to start working its way back up here. So now the scenario, for me, two spots is going to happen. Either price is going to buy somewhere around this range right here at this red line. All right, it's going to come up here and then it's going to push up. Or I think the safest spot is down here to this point. I think either regardless, we're looking at an overall buy for GBP/USD. Now it's just a question is it going to buy right now or is it going to come back down and buy, right? Me, how I would personally play this, right? I'm not looking for this buy right here. The safer bet is going to be closer to 1.35. Once price gets into the 1.35 range, I'd be I'd go for the buy, but I wouldn't be going for a sell in this scenario, right? It's overall bullish in my opinion. So that's GBP/USD. We're just going to keep going to the next ones, which I've got for me. Man, appreciate you, man. I'm so blessed, man. God is good. The Lambo is definitely one of my dream cars, so it's kind of dope to kind of, if you kind of go to the back of my room, man, I literally had it written down on one of my goals. I like to write all my goals down, man. So that was kind of a blessing for me because everything that I'm putting down on my board, I'm actually doing it. So, man, it's a blessing, man. I'm thankful and I'm grateful. Let's see. Okay, so we got GU. What's the next one? Nas. We're gonna do currencies first. Let's do all the currencies first. Okay, GBP, JPY. I'm actually just gonna start going down the list. Let's keep it simple. All right, cool. So USD, same concept, right? So USD and GBP/USD have kind of been correlating a little bit. Again, same concept that we're getting right now. Price is ranging, right? I do like to buy anything over this level right here, right? Price is just going to keep buying. So in this scenario, what I'm looking for right here, I like what price is doing, but I think price is going to come back and do the exact same thing that I was talking about. I feel like price is going to come back down here, work its way down, and then we're going to get a push up to the upside. I'm really big on the buy right now. Like I'm very big on the buy. Now looking at it kind of like right here, I want to see price come back into this range. I don't want to see it to break 1.59. So I'm not comfortable taking this buy position right now. I'm waiting for price to kind of sweep this low right here. And somewhere in the zone, I'm going to be looking to take EU for the upside to the buy for the long term. Right? That's what I see. Pretty simple. Pretty simple price action. Let's go to the next one, right? Okay. So yeah, Nas US 30, cool. I'm trying to see all the currencies. We're gonna knock out the currencies real quick. Guys, for free, this is an open session. Y'all can ask as many questions as possible. GBP, AUD. For the new people, guys, I went ahead and dropped some resources for y'all again. My Discord, my Telegram chats, everything as far as my updates, my YouTube channel, my Instagram. Make sure you give me a follow, man. We just hit 33,000 followers on that. Cool. So we did GU, we did EU, right? We're going to get USDJPY because I really like how that's moving. Oh, USDJPY is looking great right now. I'm not gonna lie, USDJPY is looking like a good buy. Two things is either gonna do. The only thing I don't like about USDJPY right now, this is not bad. This is not bad. Price came down, it pushed up. You could literally put a stop loss under here, and we could just keep riding it up. That's not bad. Two things is either going to happen with USDJPY. If this buy doesn't go through right now, which looks pretty good, we're going to go right here to... So this is a pretty simple trade because most people think that, you see how price came and made this little gap right here and then pushed up and filled, right? All I got to do is put this right here is a gift to reward. If I want to just take this trade, I just take it and basically put my stop loss at the end of this gap right there. That's one option, right? This is the other option, the safest option, right? That's that point. The safest one is price come back down one more time and then buying, right? So that's the only thing right now, right? Is because there's a big buy load, and I know that. But as far as price action, right? If I wanted to be aggressive, I could have got in right here, and take it to the upside, right? If I want to be safer, I got to wait for price to clear this low, sweep it, and then work to the upside. I still think this is not a bad buy, honestly, right? What I'm probably going to do, I'm probably going to wait to call it, right? This is something probably I might take on my own. But if price was to come a little bit low, kind of sweep down here, I'll be more comfortable taking. But I can tell you this right now, if you haven't heard nothing from me today, if you see price come below 155.80, right, you literally hold this trade because this is going to be a big buy loading. And I'm telling you, USDJPY, you're going to see USDJPY. USDJPY is going to work its way back into the 161, 162 range, right? Just off of price action. So it's a very pivotal spot. So if it's going to buy, it's going to buy right now and keep buying. If not, it's going to work its way all the way down there, right? I think there's some other trades right now that you could probably that looks a little bit better, but I'm setting alert down here for USDJPY because that's going to be a pivotal spot, and that right there is a swing trade that I can hold for a long term. So I would look at some other pairs that are more cleaner. For now, this one's not bad, but if I was to take a buy, that's how I'd play it. I'd get into a buy somewhere right here, and I put the stop loss on to ride the continuation. That's how I would play. Let's go to CHFJPY, see if there's a better setup. How many pairs do you look at overall I have main ones that I look at. My main ones are going to be USD, JPY, GBPU, Euro USD, gold, NAS. One thing that really kind of helped me is I stopped looking at like all pairs are the same. You know what I'm saying? Like the only difference is timing, right? If I get into a trade with GU, then I know for a fact with my strategy as far as what I'm looking at, I know that I'm probably going to be in that trade for about 2, 3, if not 5, could be even a day, right? The difference between me trading gold is I know whatever I'm doing, it's going to happen within 30, 40 minutes, if not 20, 10 minutes. You see what I'm saying? So all pairs are the same. I mean, all price action is the same to me, in my opinion. It's just the speed at what it's happening at. You see what I'm saying? And then the volatility. Okay, USD GPY in a deep buy. That's a good trade. I like that. Negative correlation, USD pairs and GU. Nah, I don't look at that. The only I don't look too much at those things. The only pairs that I know that's kind of correlating is like I say EU and GU correlate, but like I try not to pay attention too much on that because that'll mess up my analysis. Because I don't want to be like, oh well, I can't sell this because price is doing this. I don't want to do that because you got to think like this. Some pairs have different volatility, and you just want to say to me, I just look at what's the best price action. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there's correlations and shit like that, but I try not to let that dictate my analysis. You see what I'm saying? If that makes sense. Nah, both can be fine. That's what I'm saying. Like now, in my situation where I'm thinking, like, let's say USDJPY right now. So look at this. USDJPY is buying, right? USDJPY buying. GU could be buying right now as we speak too. You see what I'm saying? But it could be a short time buy and then a long term sell. You see what I'm saying? So I don't like to look at pairs and be like, I can't get into this trade because of this. Like I don't that fucks up my analysis. To me, I don't like to think too much. So when I start thinking too deep like that, it just makes things complicated. I just want to look at price action. Whatever I think is going to happen, I do that. You see what I'm saying? Like that's my thought process on that. Um, FVGs, that's not really my thing. Fair value gaps, I'm not really too. I don't really pay attention to that. I know people the strategy that people trade with that, and it works for them. But I wouldn't know too much to speak on that. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not going to lead you into the right direction. I literally look at supply and demand. Now, what I could be doing, I've been told, what I'm saying, as far as what I look at and how I look at the market, you know, I guess the technical term would be FVGs and stuff like that. But like me, man, I keep shit simple, bro. I don't like to use indicators. Everything that I'm teaching y'all, everything I'm doing is just off of me, like my straight. This is just me taking losses. Like I've lost so much that this is the best way that I can trade without thinking too deep, right? Based off of my strategies and what I'm looking at. You see this candle right here? You see the daily candle right here? You see how price did this little bearish engulfing? Anytime you get a bearish engulfing, typically at a resistance like this, and price makes a small candle like this, price is doing that to just continue to buy. So this big candle is just to really get people out of the position so it can go all the way to the upside. You know what I'm saying? Like that's literally this right here is like a FU candle. Like it's literally getting people out of position. Then once after that candle's created, it's like a bearish engulfing, it just buys up and just fills up the gap. So the best risk to reward in that scenario, let's see if I get this bearish engulfing candle right here, is buying it once the candle closes, get buying it, and then putting the stop loss literally under the low, and then doing the same thing. You see how price kind of came back and retested? They just keep doing the continuation. You see what I'm saying? So like I'm banking that price is not going to go below this point. So that's why I would say that, hey, this is a continuation for the buy for the upside. That's how I look at it. Same concept as this. You see how price did this little candle right here? Did a small candle, then a big gigantic candle. What's the same? That's the same candle that it did right here, right? Same concept. Small candle, big gigantic bearish candle right here that's overpowering it. Look, small candle, Big candle right here. It's overpowering. What do you start doing? Start buying, right? Cool. So in this scenario, I just came right here. It did the exact same thing on the 1 hour. Did the same thing on 1 hour. What did it do? Close the candle, closed, filled up the candle, right? So now I'm just thinking the price is just going to continue and break above this candle to keep going to the upside. That's what I see, right? Let's see. Yeah, you can trade all markets on Genesis FX. That's what I like about it. You can trade futures, stocks, crypto. I'm gonna drop the broker link for you guys if y'all want access to that. That's the one I use. You know, there's thousands of brokers you can use out there, but as far as the ones that I call trade on, that's the one I use. Don't think much is bigger advice. I've been overthinking. All right, cool. So we're gonna go to the next pairs, right? Like I said, we're not gonna be on here that too long. Got like 20, 30 more minutes. Okay, so we just did USD JPY. Cool. XRP. I'll take a look at that one. XRP. I haven't been really looking at XRP too much. Oh, XRP is mine. That's an easy buy right now. Wow. Look at this. So pay attention to what's happening right here. You see how price was in a downtrend, right? But notice what it's doing. It's kind of creating a support right here, right? Price is creating support. And then look what we're getting. Price made a high point right here, made a high point right here, made a high point right here. Notice what it's doing. It's creating support. It's respecting support. So if we're correct on this, right? Price, if I'm right on this, price should just keep buying. There's really no reason for price to go under 1.35 again. This is looking immaculate for the buy. XRP is just looking like a buy, nothing less than a buy. So, I mean, if you did get into this, all you do is put a stop loss at really 1.39 and you just ride to the upside. I just don't see XRP selling. What is that May 13th conspiracy everybody's talking about? What's going on? Man, listen, guys. Anytime you hear people saying May 13th conspiracy, all that shit like that, bro, that shit is a rug pull, bro. Like, all that shit that people be saying, May 13th conspiracy, Donald Trump, this, and this, that shit's a rug pull. You're not going to get rich off that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I would save your money. Don't invest into those coins. You know what I'm saying? That's me personally. I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen, whenever somebody has said that, I've never made money from that. But everybody has their own thing, you know, to each their own, right? There could be somebody on this call that made money from that. Me personally, every time somebody has said something like that and I did it, I've always lost money. Every single time. And if there's anybody that's made money on that call, on this call from that, man, you know, like I said, I could be wrong. Hey, that's good for you, man. But I'm telling you, like for me personally, I've never made money until I've seen that. XRP is going up and replacing. I don't think so. I think Bitcoin, guys. As far as investing, like guys, I don't know if y'all know, I'm an avid crypto investor, right? Guys, don't even pay too much. If you're gonna trade Ethereum day to day and stuff like that, right? But if you're trying to like long term invest, guys, I promise you, Bitcoin, 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 Bitcoin. Don't look at anything else, right? All these other things are cool, it's great, but Bitcoin, there's nothing that the whole concept of Bitcoin and complete freedom. Bitcoin is freedom. You see what I'm saying? Because you can buy, sell. It's not owned by nothing, right? XRP, there's so many other factors that come into that. Ethereum's owned by somebody. Somebody created Ethereum. Bitcoin is complete freedom, right? It's universal code. You see what I'm saying? If you want to invest in something like and actually grow your money over time, invest into Bitcoin. That's a for sure win, right? XRP is great, it's dope, right? But you know what I'm saying? The fluctuation. Look at this. XRP went from XRP at one point is kind of ranging, right? But look at Bitcoin. Look at Bitcoin. Look at the price action on Bitcoin. Look at the price action on XRP. I don't know about y'all guys, but look at the price action between Bitcoin. Look at the price action on XRP. See how it's not moving or nothing? Yeah, one day it could probably shoot up like this, man. But listen, guys, I promise you, I've been through. I caught XRP right here on the 20-foot. I got it at 36 cents. Rode this thing up to like 180. Didn't pull out my money. Pulled out my money at like 1.2, made like $20,000. Then I came back, bought this right here, had like 30,000. Made like 50,000 from it. And bro, ever since it's been done. You know what I'm saying? There's so many people that bought it right here, and they're down. You see what I'm saying? Like, do you just pay attention? I just look at discounts. Look at this right here. Pay attention right here. Price is at all-time high. This is a low. High, low. Based off of what price is doing this, we look at this. This is our high. This is our low. Guess what? Price is at a discount. Now, from a long-term perspective, investing-wise, this is at a discount, right? It's a pullback for continuation to the upside. Same thing with Bitcoin, right? Right now is the best time to invest in Bitcoin, right? Why? Because at 80,000, Bitcoin is going to go to 1 million in 10 years, right? That's a guarantee. Within 10 years, Bitcoin is going to be at $1 million. That is a guarantee. A guarantee. Everybody knows it. Deep down, everybody knows it, right? Bitcoin is worth that because the thing, the concept that people don't understand about Bitcoin is it can't be controlled by anybody. It's true freedom, right? It's the most universal currency in the world. So you got to understand when there's a limited supply on something, the value is always going to go up. Why is the price of a Ferrari, $500,000, 400, 300,000? Why is it very rarely ever used value? It's because there's limited supply on that. Bitcoin, there's only 21 million coins, right? If I'm not mistaken, right? They're not mining anymore. So you got to think it's a limited supply. So when you have a limited supply of something, right, it's good. The value is always going to just keep going up. So it's at 80,000 now. It's at a little pullback. But I guarantee you, Bitcoin within 10 years, it's going to be within $1 million plus, right? People don't understand that. So you got to think, instead of chasing these short-term games with the altcoins, I used to do that. And guys, that's how I got myself into a horrible position. I used to be chasing these altcoin games, right? Instead of chasing these little altcoins and trying to flip shit, instead I took my money and started investing into real stuff that's never going to go away, right? Bitcoin's not going away. You see what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, I promise you, you're gonna make way more money when you find one or two things that you like that are. Ask yourself this: is this thing gonna be here 10 years from now? And you just keep putting your money into those same things and then watching it grow. Because all it's gonna take is 1 year. The day that Bitcoin will go back up to $160,000, $170,000, because that's the next leg it's gonna go to. I would have doubled all my funds. Playing, like I said, playing safe. But think about the mental strength, right? Think about the mental capacity on the fact that I'm not looking at thousands of other coins. I could just focus on one thing. You see what I'm saying? I'm not trying to figure this or trying to flip this, and this. Guys, I've done everything. I promise you, I'm past that flipping stage. Like, I've done that. I just take my money, put it into long-term stuff. That's going to be here 5-10 years. I promise you, it's way less stress. Solana, all-time low. Okay, cool. Solana's cool. If I want to invest in Solana, okay, that's cool. I'm not saying you can't invest in XRP. I'm just saying whatever you're investing in, it needs to be something that you see yourself having 10 years from now. It makes life way more simpler. That's coming from me too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just giving y'all some knowledge and some game or some stuff that I wish I would have did. Because I promise you, if I would have did that philosophy, I'd definitely be in a way better position than I am now. Right? Did I make some money with some altcoins and stuff? Yeah, I did. Did it give me out some scenarios? Yeah, I did. But I promise you, if I would have stuck to one coin, I would have made way more money. Cool, let's go to the next one. All right, cool. So we got NZDCAD. This one is looking sexy. Ooh, NZDCAD is looking like the buy. Oh, easy money. Listen here, guys. We got NZDCAD for the buy. NZDCAD for the buy. Let's go to the 1 hour time frame and see what we got. NZDCAD is looking immaculate for the buy. Easy. I like NZDCAD for the buy. Price came right here, pushed down. I don't think price is going to come below this level anymore. So then we'll put a stop loss down there. Put a stop loss right here. All right, cool, guys. So we like NZDCAD for the buy. I'm actually going to call this trade out for you guys. If you want to take it, feel free to take it. I'm going to call in my group, my Discord group. Then I'm going to call it in my free chat. NZDCAD for the buy. Guys, NZDCAD for the buy. You can buy it right now if you want to. Put a stop loss right here at 90. And we're literally swinging this thing. Simple. I like this one. NZDCAD for the buy. I'm about to drop the parameters for you guys. We are in NZDCAD for the buy right now. I'm about to drop the parameters for you guys. We are in NZDCAD for the buy. I'm swinging it. All right, cool. So buy NZDCAD, SL is going to be at 0.790. Take profit is going to be at 0.8080. TP 0.8. What I'm going to do is if I get any pullbacks, if I get a pullback right here at 8020, 8019, I'm going to add an entry. That's what I like to do. That's how my stuff is. 0.8160. All right, cool. So I just dropped that in the chat. Again, guys, if you want the same parameters as me, I use the broker Genesis. You know what I'm saying? I'm dropping a link again for you guys again here. I'm going to drop the parameters for you guys here, but I like that trade. I do. Feel free to take it if you agree with it. If you don't agree with it, but this is what I'm doing. I'm not a financial advisor. You got to say that because people be going crazy wild. I remember a couple of years ago, somebody tried to hit me with like a lawsuit because I'm calling trades. I'm like, guys, I'm just trying to call trades for y'all. That shit crazy. But hey, I just dropped it in the chats, guys. Buy NZDCAD. We are in NZDCAD for the buy. Simple trade. Let's go to the next one. No, I don't have a session to trade. I don't have a session to trade. I just trade what I see. Man, I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you, Isaiah, man. That's love, man. I appreciate that. I love motivating, showing people what's possible when you believe in yourself, man. No, it's not too late to get into the CAD. We just got in now. Swing just means that you could be in a trade for longer than a day. So anytime somebody says swing trade, just means that you could be in a trade longer than a day. So if you see that trade take maybe, it could take 2 days for you to go through and develop. You know what I'm saying? It's just something you should know. Like if you ever see somebody say swing trade, just know that, okay, if you're in that trade longer than a day, you shouldn't be freaking out. You see what I'm saying? Hopefully that makes sense. You think it's going to continue dropping? What pair, boss man? Do you think it's better to trade commodities during New York session? Nah. Listen, one thing that's helped me, guys, I don't have a session that I trade. I used to have thousands of sessions where I'm like, I wake up every day for New York session. Don't get me wrong. Is that the best session to trade? Yeah, it's the fastest money you're gonna make because it's the fastest session. But like, I don't want my strategy to be only something that I have to look at New York session. You see what I'm saying? Like, life was so much more difficult when I used to do that. You see what I'm saying? Like, things started getting really good for me this year when I said, "Oh man, I'm not looking at a session. When I see something that I like and I see the setup I like, I'm just gonna take it." Back then, I used to be like, "Oh shit, it gotta be during my New York session. I'm not gonna take it." Bro, man, that shit does not matter, bro. Because if your analysis is correct, it's gonna all go in the right way. You see what I'm saying? It's my opinion. But like I said, everybody has their own way of trading. That may not work for everybody, but that shit works for me. USDJPY is kind of buying right now. That's me. You think gold is gonna keep dropping during London? Ooh, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This is a good sell for gold right now. Let's see. Let's just take a look. Never mind. It could buy up right now. Yeah, I'm not too sure about gold anymore. It's ranging. It can go either way. It can go either way right now. It can go either way right now, honestly. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised this thing just buys. I don't know. I can't tell you. I like this candle right here. This candle is giving me like a sell candle, but I can't say it right now. I really can't. I'm already out. I wait a little bit more till it declares itself because I can't tell from right here. If I am gonna take a sell, then I'll take a sell and I'll put my stop loss right here over this high. If I was gonna take a buy, then I'd put my stop loss under 595. I'll put it at 595. Me personally, right now, this is looking like a buy. But hey, I don't know. It's looking like a buy though. Price came right here, swept up, swept liquidity, came back down, swept liquidity again. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell. So that's why I'm just gonna stay away. Yeah, I can't tell right now. It's just ranging. I would wait. Play safe, wait. You know what I'm saying? Just play safe and wait for right now. That's what I would do. To me, it's like if it's not straightforward to where it's like I can see it like immediately, where I'm like, okay, I know what the fuck it's doing. Then I just stay away from it. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, is how can I keep my mental straight? You know what I'm saying? I don't want to second guess myself. I don't want to be like, I don't know, I don't know. Like there's too many pairs to sit there and just be eye fucking the screen on one. You see what I'm saying? There's so many other pairs. So I would just go to these other pairs right here. Oh, look at this, guys. Easy. We got NZDCHF. Look at this, guys. We got this. Weekly standpoint. Look at this, guys. We got NZDCHF. Easy, easy, easy. Easy money. We got a buy for NZDCHF. This is easy. It's as easy as it gets. We got an easy buy for NZDCHF. I'm going to call that one again for you guys, too. That's an easy trade. Now, it's going to take some time. You know what I'm saying? How do I know it's going to take some time? Price action. Price is oversold in this scenario. Right, so price is oversold in the scenario. Right now, we're getting price pushing up above this level. This right here is a major support level. And then what the price is doing in this situation, it's making inverted pin bar candles. So anytime you see something like this, if you see this candle right here, price is typically doing this because it's going to do a continuation to the upside. So if you see price buying and then you see this inverted candle, price is doing that because it's going to just continue buying. Right, we're getting that towards this major support level. So all I need to do, I just need to put my stop loss under bow right there. Well, I don't need to put it. I could really just put it right here. Really, honestly, just to be. So let's say we get in 46.18. We put a stop loss at 48.80. So now there's two things are gonna happen. If price comes right here and then pushes up, well, price is just going to keep pushing up. I don't think it's going to come back down one more time. I think it's just going to keep going. Just whenever it does decide to buy, it's going to buy like crazy. It's going to take some time though. NZDCHF is a very slow pair. So if you're not prepared to be in that trade for like what, 2, 3 to 4 days, then I wouldn't, I'll just ignore it. It's an easy trade though. I'm about to call it for the people that want to take it. Buy NZDCHF. Take it if you want. This is what I'm in. It's easy trade, easy price action. SL 0.4680, 0.4580. Take profit then be 0.4660. And then 0.4690 TP, 0.4720. And this is a swing trade. You guys keep in mind, you don't got to take it. You can just watch, get an idea, see how I trade. You know what I'm saying? I'm just calling trades that I see that are pretty simple. Easy. Cool. Let's go to the next one. Your NZD, this is a sell. We're in bears. So you see this bearish price action? Sell, 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 sell. So now we're going to the daily time frame. Look what price is doing right now. It's selling, right? You see a price did this little inverted pin bar right here? Cool. I don't want to see price go above that point again. Price is working its way down. It's a triple bottom, right? This is not a buy. Price is about to break this, right? So if I'm looking from an overall standpoint, what's going to happen? All I got to do, bam, somewhere in this vicinity, this is a sell, right? Wow. Price is selling. Downtrend is breaking. Now it's breaking slow to push all the way down here, right? How do I know where it's going to push to? I just go to my left. See, price came to this point down here, right? Somewhere in this range. I know price is going to work its way down. So now in this scenario, what I'm looking for, right? If I look at this range, you see this is 1.9831. That's where price is at right now, right? So price is at 1.931. For me to get into this trade, my stop loss needs to be right here. So right now, in this scenario, this is too high for me, right? It's too high for me. I can't get into this trade necessarily because what? I have to have a stop loss right here, right? Because that's the only trade. This is where the highest point it can go to for the sell. So what I need to do, I need to wait for a pullback. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to wait for price to come into this red line area. I put my alert there. So in this situation, I can do a sell limit, right? I can do a sell limit for price to come up here to come back down, right? Or I can get in super, if I really believe in it, I can get in super early. But I don't want to be in 100 pips drawdown. It's not 100, this would be 80 pips. So I'm going to wait for a retest, and I'm going to get in for the sell. That's an easy trade. You see what I'm saying? I don't like buying at a support anyways, so it's perfect. So what I'm going to do, I'm just set these alerts. Sometimes setting alerts a little bit better than putting sell or buy limits, right? Because when you set alerts, then shit, you can then take a look at it to see if you like the price action. So I got my alert set, right? If price activates that, then I'll go for the sell. I'm going to drop this chart from my group. It looks good. Big sales loading now, for sure. Big sales loading. All right, cool. So we just did that one. Let's go to the next one. I'm gonna do like 2 more. So y'all drop in the chat what y'all want me to look at. I'm gonna do like 2 or 3 more, and then shit, I'm gonna call it a night. Okay, y'all want Nas, URED, cool. Okay, this is a sell. Yeah, this is a sell. Yeah, this is a sell. Ooh, this could be a buy right now for your cat. Yeah, your cat buys. Your cat buys for sure. This is a your cat buy right now. Price came up, pushed up, came back, retest. It's the major support. All I would do is put a stop loss at 5196. I like your cat buys. I would need my stop loss a little bit lower than that. Okay, I need a stop loss like that. This is a buy. All right, cool. So we got your cat buys. I can write that one down. All right, cool. So let's go to Nas. Let's do Nas. Because everybody wants to do Nas. So Nas is your buy, man. Nas looks good for the buy, but I just can't buy price right here. I just don't see myself buying price right here. I just can't do it. Nas looks good for the buy, but I just don't find myself buying price right here. So for me, I need price to come back down here. I'm not gonna lie, Nas price actually doesn't look pretty enough for me to get in. Honestly, right now, I'd go for the sell before I go for the buy. This resistance right here, I mean, if I go, I'd go for a sell. The reason why I go for a sell before the buy is just due to the fact that it's overbought in this scenario, and I just wouldn't take the buy position this high. You see what I'm saying? Price pushed up. I just don't see myself taking a buy position this high. If I want to take a buy position, I gotta wait for price to kind of come back into this range down here, or even come down here at. You know what I'm saying? I actually had a alert set right there. I just can't take this buy position. My soul would even let me take it just because it's too high. You see what I'm saying? For what's happening. So if price literally doesn't sell like right now, like I would say, I don't think price will break above 850. If it breaks above 850 at that point, then I don't know. But I would sell this thing from 850 down. You know what I'm saying? But I could not buy this high. I'd wait for price action. If I want to buy, minimum 686. But honestly, I think price is going to come all the way back down here before it does buy. I think it's just overdue for a sell. So me personally, this week, I think Monday, I think it's going to sell down, and then it's going to come back somewhere in this range, maybe down here or right here, and we'll get a